Well, damn. That's the best I got for where to put y'all. We're headed to Walmart. We're gonna go get a plastic tote of some kind to put all my damn tools in. I drank entirely way too much last night, and I need me some hangover special type breakfast. So I think there's a bacon sausage McGriddle in my future. By the way, update on the truck. It's running a lot better now. I figured out what the misfire was. Wound up actually being, I don't know if my dumbass like dropped it or over tightened it or what exactly, but one spark plug, the ceramic was cracked on it. The only thing that's a little bit sketchy is I had discovered that it has a brake leak, like bad, because it's set for 3 weeks, and from me driving it to my mom's place and it's sitting there for 3 weeks, and when I come back to work on it to put the catalytic converters on it, it had drained almost all of the brake fluid out of the reservoir to the point that the brake light actually came on, the low fluid light. So I drove it that week, was topping the fluid off a whole bunch, and then it just stopped leaking. I've checked it 3 or 4 times this week, and every time it's had the same amount in it. So I don't know if like a little pinhole, like a piece of rust got stuck in it and it's just kind of plugged the leak. Last time I looked at and updated my spreadsheet, I was like $4,700, including tools like the cherry picker and some other weird size sockets and nonsense I had to get. Do need to wash the damn thing though. It hasn't been washed since I've owned it, and I've owned it for like 6 or 7 months now. So we'll probably spray it off here after we leave Walmart. Yeah. Well, we bought a tote, 27 gallon, with like a lid that snaps onto it. It's also got slots for like a ratchet strap and also for a lock. But now it's time to head to the McDonald's, get something shitty to eat. Oh hell nah. The line to this motherfucker's around the building. It takes 20 minutes to get food at that McDonald's when there's 3 fucking cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 vehicles there. It takes them 20 minutes when there's 3 people. So I would be sitting there for at least like 4 hours. It sucks. There's nothing else good in this town to eat for breakfast. Hardee's. Mix and match 2 for $5. Maybe. Can I just get a loaded omelet biscuit?
A what?
Just a loaded omelet biscuit. That's it. Thanks. Brake leak's back. I could feel the pedals just sinking while I was sitting there holding it. But anybody else have an irrational fear that they're gonna get given fake dollars one time? Thanks. Woo! We're officially broke, y'all. Got $1 to our name till Tuesday. Woo! Brake light just come on. That means she is out of fluid, dog. Luckily, we have the solution sitting in the back seat. Alright, so all that shit I said about the brake leak being gone was wrong. It's back. I'll probably try to fuck with it today, I guess. Take it over to my buddy's house. Cleaning brakes is for bitches. It sucks. Bad. Alright, y'all, I'll get back with y'all whenever we're organizing my tools. So here's the problem. Not only is the back of this thing absolutely full of nonsense, but the window disconnect has fallen off again so I can't open the tailgate until I pull this access panel off and put the disconnect back where it's supposed to be. There's no fucking way. I gotta go get a fucking screwdriver. Alright, I brought like every fucking screwdriver I have out of the fancy ass set I got. So there we go. That one feels good. It's like my car. Tiny, but exactly the right size. So the problem, this guy right here, it grabs onto the bottom of the window. When the window goes down, it pulls on it and it engages the tailgate handle. But it keeps slipping off of that window, so I think, because the rubber's kind of wore out, I think we're gonna put some zip ties on the end of that, see if that might help hold it on there. Here's what we got rigged up. I have no idea if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna give it a shot. Yeah, works for right now. Well, I was going through all my bullshit, I found this thing, so then I remembered to have 2 extra cans of refrigerant in there, so we're gonna charge the AC on this big bitch since I had to drain it to swap the motor. If you've never done this before, it can be kind of scary because you watch the gauge and it goes up towards the red. But what's actually happening is it's just running right there and it can't hold pressure. It shuts off at 25 psi. If the system can't hold more than that, it just shuts off so it doesn't hurt itself. That's when the pressure spikes, when the compressor's not actually running. Go a little bit more. I'm going to try to get it to hold like 35. I think that's as good as we're going to get. Put that little cap back on if yours has it, by the way. Now we can go find out if that air's cold. Oh yeah. Nice chilly air. Hell yeah. Well, that's good. It'd be good having some air because there's no tint on these windows really to speak of. So it gets hotter than hell in here when it's sitting in the sun. Believe it or not, we're gonna actually attempt something sort of useful today. Probably will fail, mostly because I'm terrible at the thing that I have to do, but we're gonna try to do it anyhow. So what we're looking at here is the overhead console out of my truck, where it would have like a compass and a temperature readout. Well, it's never worked at all since I've had the truck, but supposedly there's a spot in this panel that if you just solder it a little bit, it'll fix it. I don't have a clue how to do this, y'all. I'll get back with y'all when I get this figured out. Alright, y'all, got that put together. Focus. Looks awful, but that's as good as I can do. With this cheap ass solder and that horrible freaking iron, that is the best I'm gonna be able to do, so I guess we're gonna go slap her in and see if she works. Guys, I cannot believe it, but bang! Look at that, I have a temperature readout and a compass in this old piece of shit. How fancy is that? I know that that's not exciting to probably literally anybody, but I'm stoked. That's awesome. I've been missing having a compass. My old Miker just bought a car, new Subaru, and I'm not shitting you. He does not have a compass with his car because he didn't buy the $600 optional rear view mirror that has the compass in it. This thing is a $19.99 hunk of garbage, and I have a compass and a temp readout right there in the truck. All right, so here's what we got going on right now. Key on, lights come on like normal, but then if you turn the headlight switch on, yeah, the window just rolled down a little bit. And if you try to roll it back up, it turns lights on, headlights on, fog lights on, it does weird shit. Turn the blower motor on, window goes down, heat comes on sort of. Try to unlock the doors, it does weird shit. So we got that going on, and then also, I guess it blew this relay because when you try to stick it back in its socket, now it's not even doing anything. So we've got a completely different set of problems today. Sadly, I have to head to O'Reilly's to go get this part. I ordered it yesterday ahead of time, but I'm gonna go pick that thing up, and I gotta get one of them little relays too, 20 amp. Supposedly the fix for this is this damn body control module, because I guess what happens is the windshield leaks, it runs down behind the fuse box where the module is bolted to, shorts it out from the inside, and causes all these random electrical issues. So I'm gonna try to get that thing out and replace it. I started on this a little bit yesterday, just trying to figure out what in the hell was going on, which got me fortunately somewhat close to figuring out how to get it all out of here. I'm gonna be a little upset if I bought a relay for nothing though, and they just turned out to be fine. Okay, that out of the way. Probably corrosion, huh? Guess I just woke up a bitch today. I really wish it wasn't fucking raining for this shit. Ow! Yeah, 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 yeah. There is more shit plugged into it. On the side closest to the fender, there's no fucking way. Okay, got one. There's 3 more harnesses down there, by the way. And the whole thing comes out. God bless. So, looks like there's these 3 torque screws, and then that module pops out. New one pops in, I guess. That's all I see. So, that's what I'm gonna start with. All right, we got the new module done. I changed because that is wet, and tired of my shoulder getting wet, so we put on some of a little bit of weather insulating properties. That looks like moisture, but it's sticky, so I'm guessing it's some type of dielectric grease or something that was down in there. But hopefully placing that module will get her fixed up. All right, so I kind of had it shoved up through this way. Who'd have thought that just getting the damn thing maneuvered would be the worst part of this? I had this sitting more at like an angle, but I don't know how. This ought to come with a warning. Like, must be able to stand on own head. There's not enough fucking room. I had this in there at a different angle, but I can't get it back in the same fucking angle. Somehow all these wires that weren't in the fucking way are now in the fucking way. This is worse than fucking transmission bolts. Oh my god. So the wires are just in a bind from the factory. That, the key here, untwist their bullshit. Oh, and the shortest one is the hardest one too. Perfect. What the fuck? What are you stuck on? Somebody made this intentionally difficult. It's right fucking there. There's no possible way to do this. You can't see what you're doing. And there's too much shit in the way to have this fucking thing in there anywhere so that you can see what you're doing. Whoever set those plugs up, you're a spawn of fucking Satan. What are we stuck on? Oh my god, dude. Fucking go in the fucking hole. This is supposed to be the easy part. This shit straight the fuck up does not fit, dog. This is fucking impossible for you not to fit. Fuck. Oh my god, dude. There's no way. There's no way that should be that fucking difficult. That socket has one fucking spot it can go, and that is into that fucking part of the fucking fuse box. So anyway, if you're thinking about doing this shit yourself, fucking don't. Oh good, it's raining more now, right on my back. It's great. Good enough for right now, that last bolt can ride. Well, I just lost it under the seat, so. Okay, I'm gonna go hook the battery back up and we will see what happens. I don't hear any random clicking. It's a good sign. Gauges are on. Still not fixed. So there's water somewhere else. I feel like there's some type of voltage issue because it's making this window roll down still. At least the radio's working. Everything else seems to be working normal. Let's see if it rolls down the window again. Yeah. So every time I turn the blower motor to high, we're gonna roll with it, see how it does driving that back home today. Alright, we just had to do some serious hocus pocus silly bullshit. Been driving the 1-ton, Dad's 1-ton dually, borrowed it so I could get by this week. Went to start it to go get back to the red Ford, and the damn thing was deader than dead. So there it is over there. We're in the company truck, had to go get it to jump start it, idle it for 20 minutes, something like that, let the batteries charge a little bit. Those batteries are just, they're toast. It's hopeless. But now I gotta take this damn thing back before we can take it on back to town and go save that red truck. All right, so 100% it is the water problem, and the fuse box will fix it because I just got back. I don't know if you can see that. That shit is soaked, dog. Bad. So I gotta figure out how to reseal the damn windshield, but in the meantime, I'm gonna slap that new fuse box in there and I'll get back with y'all when I figure out what I'm gonna do to solve this little problem. So yeah, definitely it is a moisture issue. Sadly, I'm not real sure what to do about this.
other than get the windshield replaced or resealed. So hopefully, because I disconnected the battery, this new body control module won't be fried. I just need to dry it out. Should be able to slap it on the new fuse panel and roll. Alright, so I just spent like an hour fucking with this thing because I put the new fuse block in with the new body control module and it was doing the exact same thing. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, obviously everything was wet down here. I got that. What else could be a problem? I know it's not the ground wire under the hood because I replaced the battery terminal there and I checked that wire. That ground wire is good. Because I was thinking back to when I found out I had a bad ground wire on the Bronco. It was also relays were clicking and doing weird shit. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a grounding issue of some kind. So I cannot believe that this fixed this. Always, always, always tear your shit apart before you start ordering parts like a retard like me. Always check everything. Gosh. So if you're having this problem, be sure to check this first. There's a ground wire right there. And I'm not kidding you, whenever I pulled this panel back and I looked right there, that ground wire bolt was hanging off of the firewall or the fender, whatever you want to call that, by like a half an inch. That bolt had somehow backed itself off to the point that it was not grounding at all. And you'll notice that there's another big control module up under there. That was the root cause of all my issues. So my old body control module was probably fine. The old fuse box is the one I have to use because I somehow ordered one that didn't have relays wired for power windows. Kind of want to have those a little bit. So yeah, turns out all my issues were just because of one loose fucking ground wire, and that's the price that I pay for not checking all my shit. I'm in the hole like 200 bucks just because it was raining that day and I didn't want to stand here and get wet while tearing into everything to try to figure out what was actually wrong with it. So don't be like me. Actually diagnose your shit before you order parts. Save yourself a lot of headache.